Hello, I'm Greg Jamian, and welcome to Home Health Care Corner. As more people receive their medical services and care at home, there are many questions that pop up that sometimes require quick answers. I have put together a series of short segments with healthcare professionals that will help explain how things work, along with answers to common questions found in home-based care. I hope you find the following information helpful.
My name's Janet. I'm one of the clinical supervisors at AmeriStaff Home Healthcare. I'm here with Erin today, and we are going to discuss osteoporosis. That's the big buzzword out there in the community, osteoporosis. So I just wanted to take the time today to discuss it a little bit.
Okay, so what does osteoporosis mean, Janet?
It really means a porous bone.
Okay.
So if you think about your bone, kind of looks like Swiss cheese.
Oh, that's interesting. Because
there's a lot of open holes in that bone, and so it can't be as strong as it used to be. There's just no way. You think of, Swiss cheese and all the holes in it. Mm-hmm. How can that support your body and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. So is this something that happens over time? I mean, are we born with strong bones and then over time you kind of get those holes? Is that how it works?
Definitely. And a lot of the causes is we live a lot more sedentary lives. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting a lot. Like back in the day when there's farmers in the fields and all of that, you never heard of osteoporosis because they were working out in the sunlight, because sunlight gives you vitamin D, which makes strong bones. They were drinking their milk. They lived on the farm. They did hard, strenuous work. So all of our lifestyle things has contributed to it. So that's why you hear more about osteoporosis.
Now, personally, my grandmother had osteoporosis, and she was shorter. And as she got older, she kind of started to walk with almost like a hump on her back. So does body frame, shape, does that all play into osteoporosis as well?
Definitely. And women are more prone. Like 1 out of every 3 women are going to eventually get osteoporosis. Mm-hmm. Also, and that has to do with our hormones also, and then the lack of vitamin D and C. Mm-hmm. White women and Asian women are more prone to it.
Okay.
Your smaller body frame makes you more prone to it. Hereditary, of course, heredity does, and lifestyle. Also, a medication called steroids. So people that take a lot of steroids weakens your bones.
Really?
So you have to be careful about that. The simple way is contact your doctor and have them do a bone density test.
And what does that involve?
It's very simple. I just recently had one myself, and what they do is you go on an x-ray machine and they take a picture of your wrist, your hips, and your thigh bone to see how dense it is, how much light can go through it, how well the x-ray goes through it.
Oh, okay.
And if it's showing it's more porous, it can go through much faster. So then you know immediately that you have to do something to try and reverse it.
And are there any other symptoms that you would know if you did have the osteoporosis?
The later symptoms are like you talked with your grandma. She starts stooping over. You might see that she's decreased her size. Like she used to always be 5'7", and now you notice like she's shorter. She's like 5'5".
Yeah.
There's a big difference there. So that's one of the big symptoms of it. And also back pain, low back pain is a common thing because your spine is what keeps you standing straight up or sitting straight up. And so as you lose the density in your bone, you start all that squishes together, so that causes a lot of pressure in your back. So that's one of the symptoms of it.
And obviously we've been told our whole lives, drink your milk, so, strong bones. So is there anything else besides, diet, calcium-rich diet that we could be doing?
Well, a couple things is milk is good. you know, but as we age, usually we don't eat those fortified cereals because that has calcium in it, or maybe we don't drink as much orange juice if we're diabetic, something like that. You don't want to have that. So you have to do the calcium-rich diets, yogurt. You got to make sure you're getting enough calcium, or take a calcium supplement.
Okay.
But you can take as much calcium as you want. If you don't get vitamin D helps put that calcium in your bones. It's like the transporter. So if you only have one and not the other, it doesn't work. And sunlight is a huge, huge indicator of vitamin D.
Vitamin D. And I know during the winter, it's sometimes hard to go out and get the vitamin D from the sun, so a supplement would help there as well.
Especially if you live in Michigan, you know, in the winter it's always cloudy, kind of gloomy. If you live in the southern states where it's warmer, you tend to get out more, but you also are around it. It's in, you know, coming even through the windows. In Michigan, we don't get it as much, so yeah. So there is supplements, so you should always contact your doctor, because vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so you can get too much of that.
Okay.
So you should always have your doctor check your vitamin D level.
Before you just go and buy it?
It's a simple blood test, yeah.
Okay.
But there is, like, basic minimum is like 800 to 1,000 units, but they typically say that person should have almost 50,000 units. Somebody just told me, like, the sunlight, if you're out in the sunlight for 10 minutes, that's 10,000 units.
Really?
So it's hard to be overdosed in vitamin D, but you should always talk to your doctor, because it is one of those vitamins. It's not like water soluble. If you take too much vitamin C, then you just get rid of it. You can never become toxic. So just talk to your doctor about that. Also, exercise is a good thing. Trying, you know, walking is a good exercise. Yoga, it keeps your bones strong, limber. Anything you can do to increase that was good.
Okay.
So, that's all I can think of. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think you answered all my questions. So I think, you know, the most important thing, though, is just to get the testing done, and as you age, obviously.
Yep, and your doctor can help you arrange all those tests. So
Okay.
if you have any further questions, you can call us at AmeriStaff, 248-288-2270, or talk to your physician.